All right, so here's Guano Loco. They had the first clean run of the day. They're actually in the second run of the whole day. They ran a clean run. Little did we know it was going to be one of very, very, very few clean runs in the morning. So they've got a spot tomorrow, but they want to trim some time off. They ran a 73, just under a 73 and a half in that original rotation. Let's see if they can pull off a clean run in this new rotation. Still hanging in there. And 199 with a clean run, Guano Loco, a clean run in 2 out of 3 rounds this afternoon.
And I'm sure this is a lot quicker.
Time just coming in on that one, Doug. 61.089 for Guano Loco, so they shave a good 12 seconds off their best run of the day. So they're in good shape heading into the second day tomorrow, so nice way to wrap things up for the 199 boat.
Yeah, feel good going back to the trailer. Mentally ready for tomorrow's finals.
Absolutely. Next out in the modified class, it's going to be Checkmate. That's Frankie Kelly Top Bar. Their sponsors. Frankie Kelly's a large sponsor of the Bank of Top Bar. But also Gavin and Brian, project manager, and Bill Bryan, the assistant to the project manager. So glad to have Checkmate with us. Looking for their first clean run of the day. Cobble DNF so far, but you can't sleep on them. These guys won their class last year.
So he's looking to lay down a hot round here.
Oh yeah. Our seasoned flagger Ron raising that green flag. And there we go.
Well, it definitely looks good.
That's a clean run. Checkmate.
Now let's look pretty quick.
A little quick lightning understatement for the modified class. That was a 46.550. 46.550. Checkmate Racing is a 55 boat. So a very nice run there.
Putting one down. Going right to the number 1 seed. DNF, the number 1 seed.
Right. on the boat, Slippery Pickle, as they are getting ready. Let me tell you about the upcoming season for ASBR. So, of course, we've got today and tomorrow. We're here in Lewiston, Idaho. The second race of the season is a little over a month away. That's going to be over in Port Angeles, Washington. So if you as a family are thinking about trekking out west for a vacation, that's a great time to go. The 26th and 27th, Port Angeles will be race 2. Race 3, we're going to be right back here August 2nd and 3rd here in Lewiston. And this is exciting stuff. In August, in mid-August, we're going to have a second inaugural race with the Yakima back opening up. So be sure to join us at the fairgrounds in Yakima on August 16th and 17th. And then the season will wrap up September 6th and 7th in Port Angeles, Washington. So this is just the beginning of what's going to be another great season here at ASBR. And thank you so much, Lewiston, for bringing ASBR to the... We're so excited to be here this afternoon and excited for the second race. Slippery Pickle slips on shore for a DNF. So it's a DNF, but Slippery Pickle, they do have a clean run so far. They did run a 51.296 in the second round of qualifiers. So as of right now, they are after their lunch break, because they're going to get that Slippery Pickle back in the water here.
They were getting wet anyway. They wanted to get wet anyway. They were hot.
Oh yeah. Chris. So they're coming off a clean run in the second round of qualifiers. They ran just over 47 seconds, so
That's actually a good run.
oh yeah.
My buddy Chris, he's an iconic announcer here at motocross and stuff, but I think he kind of likes Cletus a little bit. You're rooting for Cletus or Carlin there, aren't you? Yeah, is he here this weekend? I didn't know that. Is that right? I think Greg's good with Tyler. That we can find up here in the Pacific Northwest. So, Rick posted in. Yeah, he's doing a great job. It's really funny. And to talk to Biffle just real quick a little bit, and I'll tell you what, he's landed in Biffle. I think he'll be back. Well, I know that he doesn't want to go through any of these islands or fences around here, so I think he's going to keep it pretty safe. Yeah, he's good. He's fun.
They're keeping it safe, but they're keeping it fast. They just pulled off the best run of the day in the 400 class. That was a 41.163.
Leaderboard. Hell yeah, brother. All right.
So do it for Dale with a 41.163 in that 1776 boat. So that's a nice way to put a ball on the day for Jared Mitchell and Craig Biffle.
Yeah, I kind of watch him and I can kind of see him when he starts swinging wide to get the corner, get the right apex on the corner. It's kind of interesting to me. It's like you can tell they're starting to figure this thing out.
When you did that, did you smell the mist up here?
Yeah.
Like I could smell the water out here. That was up. All right, 180 in the water now. Jolly Roger Racing. This is Eric Werner and Ken Farmer. They have another great run they pulled off today. 42.276 going into the launch hour. Let's see what they're going to do for their final qualifying round of the afternoon. Just behind, do it for Dale there. That was a 41.312. That's what we're talking about. Yeah. Those close calls. That's less than 0.2 of a second between those two runs. Isn't that something, Doug?
That's amazing, isn't it? And you get those turns smooth, right?
Yep.
Finding the right apex and the angle to come in and exit from it.
And you can see how they're literally cutting corners. You can see the corners starting to cut away from those islands.
Yeah, as long as they're staying on track,
we're all good.
Tell Cletus has experience, but he's definitely using up the track, right?
Oh yeah,
you can tell he's a wheelman, that's for sure.
Definitely cool to have him back here this year. Yeah. We saw him in an ASBR event or two a couple of years ago, so it's very nice for him to make it up here. And of course, Greg Biffle, first time ever in a boat, decides to do that here in Lewiston, Idaho. How about that? Pretty awesome. I think that's pretty cool. All right, live wire out now. 02. couple of DNFs for Matt Vaughn in the 400 class. Looking for a clean run here. A 54.649. So things looking good in the 400 class so far. 3 clean runs to start things off.
My phone charger.
All right, next out going to be bad influence in the 156 boat. That is what's trying to beat their previous best time of 47.816. That is going to be a DNF. The DNF's going to end the day with bad influence, but like we were saying, they put together a clean run, so still looking good going into tomorrow morning. As of right now, they can still make the top 8.
Bringing the drone in.
Of course, there's going to be a couple more qualifiers in the morning.
How's the chat? Do they like the camera?
Yeah, everyone's stoked that the drone's back out.
These
Yes.
qualifying runs, this
I guess
first
somebody
run of the season for everyone. They want us all
saying
about
that
figuring things out,
some
getting
lady
that
is like,
organization down.
someone bitched about her
Going to bed
husband
tonight, knowing your
truck
rotation.
here or something,
Hopefully have a clean
and
run or
then
two. If not,
they were the ones helping pull out the
get that
boats,
clean run in the
and she was
morning.
bitching and
And
complaining.
then you've got that first qualifier, you want to try and get that
On a
clean
jet.
run and get it done already.
Fuck,
And then
I can't see
lay
my
on
landing.
that second last qualifier tomorrow morning, trying to get into that 8 cut in the afternoon. And then that's again when we saying this morning when you were kind of getting an idea, and you're like, oh yeah, probably what, 55, 60 seconds? 35,
Yeah.
40 seconds, you'll see. And that's about where we're at now, so pretty awesome stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to watch these guys.
All right, here's 85. Nothing's but Brad Castle and Dakota Hembach. They're coming off a clean run, looking for another here. They got their good luck squirrel plastered up on top of that 85. Green flag is up.
Go guys.
Turn in their best time of the day of 51.667, so a nice way to end the afternoon. Yeah, I know that too, Doug.
Yeah, it's a little mistake, but you pull that through, and then end up having the fastest run of the day for him. So that's a good way to end the day for him. He's going to be able to think about that, get a rotation that little more today, but on that strong tomorrow. Oh, yeah.
Where does the day water? A brand new track, of course, you can see we're still in the process of getting everything fully together, but how you see just how much has happened in this really poor track today. This is what happens. It makes you feel so much of the close that the music goes on. You put all that time and energy into making the track as beautiful as they do. It does not take long. Like how much horsepower is going through that water, throwing that water around, preparing these things apart.
It's amazing how high up on the bank that this, when the water is spraying, you know, like, yeah, and once this thing gets graft in it, we get a year under our belt, we get this vegetation to the ground, it'll really start coming in. So. I think it's a really good venue as far as spectators.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, not a bad decent house. Having this down in this hole here, everywhere. So, the way the sound of these boats and the roar out there, very cool. All right, 21 in the water now. Going all over, they're looking for a clean run to end the day.
Haven't yet to get one of those. We just need to get this thing clean. Better winter time is.
Yep, that's absolutely right. Get that clean run down first, and then have that time and every time out. Looking good. That last 30 was right there.
Did you do that the first time, the last time too?
Another one did. Oh man, right there, so close. Larry and Sam are going to be thinking about that one tonight. They're going to remember that in the morning. They know what to do now. Yeah, last time it was the meter machine that had that exact same thing happen last time. Yeah, two boats now that right there, so close. But again, these guys are just going so fast. And the thing that I kind of counted earlier is they're so low to the ground. I mean, even when you're driving in this, down the water, you can just feel that difference. Or like, am I on the ground? Like sledding? Yeah. Well, pretend that car is the SUV. Now you're hitting. That's how low you are. So you're just right there, trying to make these split-second decisions. So yeah, that's just by the fraction of a second. Yep. And that's all it takes. That's all it takes. That little teeny fraction of a second. Isn't that right, Randy? Yeah. All right, we got a line out in here now, number 31. Another boat looking for their first clean run of the weekend. Why not? Had some fun at the show time last night. If you take a look, you can see a lot of permanent marker on that boat. They were getting well wishes and signatures on their boat as sponsors yesterday. They said they want to make a donation and sign the boat. Now they're looking for a clean run. That's a clean run for the Australians. I don't know what way you're going to go. I don't know if they did. Yeah, right. Like to be a high school kid, the first time you just go open it up on the highway, and then all of a sudden you're trying to take a turn, and you go, whoop, start overcorrecting, which way, when they held on, they get a clean run. Yeah. So nicely done there by Why Not, the 31 boat. Start swapping. Not a bad time. I mean, they could... No, good stuff. 53. Well, just under 54. 53. Happy with that. 53.86 scratches. Yeah, absolutely. Out there looking for their first clean run of the day. Sucker looking. Got me in the cell. First clean run, yeah. And they're pumped. I like to see that excitement. And how about that for a time? They're going so smooth, I didn't even feel like it. That was only 48.4. Oh, yeah. So, heck of a run there by the 7-Eleven boat. It seemed like they were gliding, so I didn't know how fast they were really going, so that time pulled into the boat. Yeah. Yeah, next up we're going to have the Punisher to wrap things up in 400 times.
44?
Yeah, I'm flying above and I see another drone.
Yeah, just under 45
flying,
seconds.
so.
Phil Miller and Matt Lynch, they ran a 44.86, so.
Okay, thank you.
We just got it right now then.
Yes, sir. Our top run time in the 400 class as of now is Cletus and Greg with that 41.163. But it's real close because Jolly Roger's right behind them in that 180 boat with that 41.312. But after that clean run last time, let's see what Phil's got for an encore here. This is a good seasoned racer. It's going to be a clean run. 43.539 the official time there. 43.539. And folks, we appreciate the enthusiasm here at the park today, but please, those drones flying over the venue, except for that is part of the video group hired to do our video here. We don't want any issues going on with liability or anything like that. We don't want anything to fall onto the track. We don't want you to have your equipment ruined. We certainly don't want to ruin the racers' equipment. So for liability reasons, please land your drone away from the track. We appreciate the enthusiasm, but please enjoy with your eyes.
As we get started with this final round of qualifying here today for our unlimited drivers, we've got the horsepower, we've got the experience. Gary, kind of give us an insight of what to look for and what these drivers are looking for.
Yeah, so the biggest jump from that Group 8 class to the 400 class to the unlimited is obviously now you're not just what it says, you're unlimited to what you can run. So any displacement, any type of forced induction, so turbochargers, superchargers, anything you want to run. And of course the biggest reason they can run methanol fuel. And with the methanol fuel, it's not that it gives you more power through the fuel, it actually burns cooler, so it just allows you to run more compression inside the engine without doing damage and not detonating and hurting pistons. The drawback to methanol fuel, or what makes it a little bit dangerous, is that it burns clean, it fires clean, so your boat will be on fire and you can't see any flame. So I'm sure everybody's seen Indy 500, they burn the same fuel, and you'll see when a car catches on fire with a fuel can, and no one can see it because you can't see the flames. Well, that's the same thing these boat guys have. So you'll see that's why everybody's wearing fire protective suits, gloves, a lot of them over their faces, because if the fuel did get away from you, you could not see it burning, you could just feel it, and it's hard to put out. So that's the one scary part about methanol. That's why you notice every boat out there in this class has a giant M on the side of it. That's to let all these island hoppers know, to just remind them that, hey, that boat could be on fire when you're approaching it, yet you won't see the flames. So there's just one other safety item, but the methanol fuel just allows them to put more compression inside the engine so they can handle this forced induction. Or in the case of the naturally aspirated motors, you know, you can get away with up close to 16 to 1 compression and not worry about detonation. So that's a real advantage and why they jump up.
Absolutely. We're going to get to see see that jump right now as we make our way into the Unlimited to wrap up this afternoon's festivities. Right now it's the Rats that want to have a clean run here. Bad Habit in the 36 boat, looking for that first clean run of the day. We'll see if they can do it here. The first one's to bring an LS boat to the United States. So looking for the first clean run here. Bad Habit. And we're just trying to get all the marks. Get a clean run. Get that clean run under the elbow. Unfortunately, it's not going to be today. And there again, it kind of goes back to what we talked about earlier, Doug, is, you know, how do you get to enjoy your evening and night? Do you get to lay your head down knowing you have one in the bank and you're good to go? Or do you get to play mind games with yourself all night wondering, am I going to lay one down or what round am I going to? So that's why it's important to get a clean run in today, knowing you're locked, but it's not the end of the world either. So you just got to go home, keep your wits about you, do your homework, get the videos out, study it, stay calm, learn where you made your mistakes, visit with your navigator, say we're not going to do that again, come out in the morning, lay one down, and it all starts over every round. So you kind of got to be a field goal kicker in this game, in this race. You got to forget about what happened, move on, and every round is a new race. You can start over. So that's the nice thing about it. It doesn't stay with you if you make a mistake. You got to have a short memory in this race. Yeah, short memory. We come out with a positive attitude tomorrow. Forget everything that happened. We're starting a fresh day, and always tough going in that way. But you know, the champions, they find a way through it, and they'll come back. He'll be back tomorrow. Absolutely, and that's something too that's fairly new in our sport over here with ASBR. It was just last year actually when these became 2-day events. It used to be a 1-day event, so imagine making that trek from, you know, sometimes across the ocean where you could be one and done in a day. So these guys, they know, here to my attitude today, I got 2 more chances in the morning to make it into that 8-cut, and I still haven't go home and my weekend. So that's on their mind still. And I like the format of this they have right now. It kind of breaks it up a little bit. I do too. Before we get into this, so here comes a twin turbo, 12-watt Chevy boat. So you'll notice the boat's not near as loud as some of these other injectors. We do have a couple twin turbos and a Pro Charger, so you'll just notice this boat isn't as loud as Rivers and some of the other, you know, open or super boats. So sit back and enjoy the whistle of a twin turbo 12-watt Chevy compared to these tall deck super high compressors. That's 3 for 3 today for Psycho 151M. Kyle Patrick and Amanda Thompson having a heck of a day here at the park. No, that's great. And those turboed and inducted boats, they're harder to drive. You know, you've got to learn to deal with the lag. And so to get, you know, you just can't make any mistakes. So learning to play with that boost and keep it spooled up and on step versus the straight injected motors where they don't have the punch once you're on step, but they don't have that lag to deal with. So it's an entirely different type of boat and motor combination to learn how to drive. So
that's got to be a bit of a transition going from a naturally aspirated to a forced induction motor like that. So hats off to those guys.
Funny, because when I rewent from carburation to fuel injection on the dirt bike, that was a whole other world, right? I mean, we didn't have that. I just have to hesitate and I have to anticipate, give it throttle now, because it's not going to, you know what I mean? So same kind of thing, you know.
All right, so as 151 gets loaded back up, that's awesome. I think that they would that other boat we saw them going the 400 class. This is that father-son team. Oh yeah, right. So Vaughn's driving now, Matt is in that driver's seat. Like we were talking earlier, it's all walks of life are involved in this sport. There's no age limit on there on either end. Everyone's welcome, and we'd love to have that.
Yeah, I know, I've been walking around too much, but enough to see the camaraderie between the guys and stuff. And I stopped by yesterday for a little while too, and I can see that, and they're, you know, I really enjoy seeing that from these guys.
And then ended up buying Livewire, becoming the driver and the navigator. So now, we're back to now a box battery. That's awesome. So the official time on that last one, 54.158 for Livewire.
There you go, Jeremy Rhodes, 54.159. And then
right before that, Cycle Racing, Kyle Patrick and Thompson, they ran a 42.838.
yeah, that's a quick run here for today.
Just a handful of boats left this afternoon.
So I see we have Rob Coley up next from New Zealand, and kind of what we talked about before. Rob is going to come out and try and lay one down. You know, he wants to run with Ryan and Leighton and those other boats at the top. So if I know Rob, he's going to come out and put down a good run this time or let it rip. So
He's coming off of a 47.5. That was the clean run that he's had so far. And this
yeah,
time,
I think he had a little fuel issue that last run. I know the boat straight away. I think they got that sorted out and played with the data. So he can work through that. I don't want to put one down until they can share the shop tonight. Let the line start. So.
He's going to need to try and get under that 40-second mark.
Let's get behind Rob all the way here from New Zealand to entertain us. So let's help him lay one down here.
All right, folks, all the way from New Zealand. It's Poison Ivy, the 111 boat. Let's root him on. Let's pull for a clean run here.
And I've seen some YouTube videos of him, and he ain't afraid to put the throttle down, I can tell you that.
Green flag is up.
That didn't sound.
I get a redo.
I see the hand signals there.
Well, Adam, you jinxed him, I guess.
Oh, I was just trying to have the folks cheer him on.
Oh, yeah,
That's going to be a DNF there, so he gave the signal, called it a day. So he does have a clean run, though. Got that 47.5 last time out.
Yeah, but you know, it's like Gary was saying. He was ready to lay one down here to get those boys thinking.
Yeah. But now he can say, hey, just wait till tomorrow, fellas. There's still two more qualifiers in the morning. And then the real fun.
You can't park there. Yeah, I got you a stick. Shit.
Bootleggers starting to rev up down on the boat launch. Ron Gallagher and Travis Callahan, they're going to be looking for their first clean run of the day, first clean run of the weekend, first clean run at a brand new park.
Down there in the MotoGP Mini Micro. So, awesome. Good to see you learn how to, your dad taught you how to drive a boat. That's good. That's about as fast as you need to go, what your dad said. Yeah. Just say thumbs up. Yeah. Perfect.
silver and gold.
That boat just sticks to the water, man. It's just amazing how the speed that they come into those corners. You got Lake Lily coming up there. He's right behind there. I mean, I walked in the trailer, they were figuring out data, who knows what they're, what percentages they're at or where they're getting, but it's impressive just to see rivers pick up this last underground, it's just very impressive.
Yeah, you're right. We're going to have these lights come out. Families in between now. You've got these things. They're going to get in the middle of the lodge for a second here. So, let's let us go to a week. And they're looking for their first clean run of the new track. Great job by both of those today. Our next three, our final three for the day, they all have clean runs in, so it's all about improving on those times. Brian Wyann's going to be out next. That's the 91 vote. Dustin Chase and Davey Chase. They're about 54, just over 54 and a half seconds in their last run, so they're trying to beat that. We'll see what they can do for us here. Again, this class has 11 votes altogether. Only 8 will make it to the finals tomorrow afternoon, so, you know, if we were a smaller class, there's still, you know, 3 votes. You're not going to make all 6. I'd say 6 votes, more than that. There's a lot more than the driver and the navigator that are part of these votes, so.
Yeah, we want to lay down a pretty good run. Get an 8 cut, and then we'll kind of go from there. Dial that thing in.
And also just the adrenaline of it, you know, like the qualifiers, you guys want to get in, but once you get in, man, you can't do that. Quickly, you don't know your license kind of going through by, you know, like with those qualifying to top.
Like, you qualify, you get in, and then go main event time, you gotta go. So,
Oh yeah, same kind of thing. It's for qualifying now, once they're in now. That said, if you're with us today, you really want to make sure you're back in the water. A valiant effort, but not able to break free, so it's going to be the DNF. Our island hoppers will run out there to help. And with just a couple of boats left, folks, let's give these island hoppers one more round of applause. They have been going to work today.
yeah, thank you guys. Man, fantastic job.
Water really hasn't dropped.
And then, thankfully, you know, this has been a great first race in that we haven't had any real bad accidents at all. So, but if that were to happen, we'd want to thank what I'm saying is we can't just thank the island hoppers. We want to thank all our emergency services personnel that, you know, are dedicating their time to come out.
We always say at our motocross, supercross races and stuff that we put on, we're paying you to stay there. We don't want you out on the track.
Absolutely.
We're paying you to sit in your rig. So that's the most important thing.
Yep, so.
Go out like that. So.
Austin to the rescue in the M80.
Haven't been.
There it goes.
I think
There we go.
Official time on that one, Doug. They're at a 42.770, and it's already been a good summer for them. Just a few weeks ago, back in June, they won at St. John's. So they're at, look at the calendar back here on 2024. Time flies by. It really does.
That breaks out here. One more final vote. So that's good.
a tendency to wrap things up. Wicked racing with a lot of accolades under their belt over the years. Trying to get out on a high note. Here it is. Fucking hit it. And it's going to be a clean run to wrap up the afternoon.
That's a good way to end the day. Thank you guys again for coming out. As Gary said, tomorrow you guys got to come back here because the intensity level is going to be at an all-time high from the time they get here because it is going to be ramped up. So we've got the
That's a nice way to wrap things up. That's a nice way for us to wrap things up. Guys, thank you so much for having us out here this afternoon. It's been all sorts of fun. Really excited to have ASBR on site this year. Having us, host an inaugural event here is really amazing. So it's really a pleasure to be here with y'all.
Yeah, it's good working with you, and we'll see you tomorrow. You guys, thanks a lot for everybody for coming out. Say a special thanks to all of our track crews, the island hoppers, and everybody that helped put this thing on, all the guys behind the scenes that do all the work. Thanklessly, we appreciate all you guys. We know you couldn't do it without you, so thank you so much. And we'll see you guys back here tomorrow.
This has been the 2025 ASBR Pro Racing Series powered by STIHL. Our first event of the season, Lewiston, Idaho, EC Enterprises Motorsports Park. Thank you, everybody. Drive safe. Have a good evening. We look forward to seeing you right back here at 10 a.m.